And good afternoon, fellow rat killers. I'm Dennis Hudson, the chief rat killer here at orangequant.com, rat killer in chief. And we have some rat picks for you, which are rather unusual. They're free today. We already took care of our subscribers. We'll get to that towards the end of the video. But right now, what I want to talk to you about more is basket trading and how basket trading works. And today is Sunday, April 22nd, 2018. And you would have had these picks Friday before the close in order to act on them efficiently if you had been a subscriber. And you can now subscribe at orangequant.com. Alright, the usual very important warnings. Trading is risky, risky, risky. Risk no more than you can afford to lose or lose sleep over. Do your own due diligence on anything that we suggest, and always use stops. Stop losses can save you when nothing else in the market can. One other warning it's a warning, it's something you should know anyway. When you're trying to trade these picks and you're not a subscriber and you're just getting them as a freebie like this, you're getting them kind of late to trade them, which means this would require entry tomorrow, Monday, and that can expose you to the risk of having to do a day trade in order to get out of them if things go wrong. Just remember that. You don't want to end up having to put up $25,000 in margin as a pattern day trader or having your account suspended for 90 days. Okay, enough on that subject for now, but these are serious warnings. Now, how do you basket trade the rat picks? What do you put in the basket to begin with? Well, to our subscribers, we put out 5 picks 8 times a month. That's roughly 2 sets of picks per week. And I'm not telling them how to do it or you how to do it, but the way I trade is I would put all 5 picks into my trading basket, which I can do, by the way, at robinhood.com, and I paid no broker fees. And you can go there and you can trade with no broker fees at all. And that's especially good for us low budget folks, right? So again, what to put in your rat pick basket. Alright, just by way of example, let's say you have $500 in risk capital that you're ready to trade with. What I would do is I would divide it evenly among the 5 stocks. Now, with our rat picking technology, our recent numbers have been that there's an average return on the 5 of about 5 to 8% is what we've been running at lately. And sometimes 1 or 2 of them may not perform well at all. It might even be underwater slightly. But the way I used to trade, and the way I'm sure a lot of you still trade, is I would put my money into 1 or 2 stocks. So you're talking about $500 in 1 stock, or you put $250 in each of 2 stocks. And what that means is, if it goes bad, let's say this one right here, instead of giving you a profit, let's say they go Q tomorrow morning after you bought them Friday before the close, and it goes Q and just wipes out, bankrupt that is, and it just wipes out your $250 investment or your $500 investment. But as you can see with basket trading, that's kind of irrelevant. You really don't lose that much that way. Yes, you would lose the entire $100 that's represented by that one that went Q, but the others presumably would perform if we've got it right at all. So, worst case scenario, you lose 20% of your cash balance. And that's only if the other 4 deliver 0. Which we don't expect that would happen, but it could happen. More likely, we estimate in that black swan scenario of one of them going Q, you might lose maybe 10%, 12% tops. So you can see an advantage here in basket trading. Now you might be wondering, why 5 stocks? Why not 3 or 2 or 50, something like that? And I'm about to explain that. In making the decision that we would issue 5 picks instead of some other number, we had to consider, well, first of all, how many stocks, what's the amount of risk involved, how much gain is there, and what's the loss potential. And this is all based on probability, which frankly probability means nothing when you come down to it, but is what we have to live with as traders. Alright, what this little color panel here represents is, for one thing, it represents our ability as traders to concentrate and focus and trade competently a certain number of stocks. It also represents something about the risk of trading a certain number of stocks. So, for example, we can trade 1 or 2 stocks pretty competently. We can actually trade 3, 4, 5 stocks pretty competently. At 5, it's stretching our potential, and once we cross the line into managing 6 stocks at the same time, our ability to concentrate begins to suffer, and we get into this yellow range here. And at 8 stocks, our ability to manage that is virtually nil. On the other hand, risk back here in the if you were trading only 1 or 2 stocks, risk is pretty high, because if one of them goes bad, you've suffered, and I mean goes Q or something like that, you've suffered a major loss, as we discussed before. In the 3, 4, and 5 range, that risk of loss begins to diminish accordingly. Now the other thing to note here is that as you get out beyond 5 stocks, it really does not improve your potential for profit, because there's kind of a limiting factor here. Well, as I said, we've been running between 5 and 8%. That's not going to change as you go out with more and more stocks. And yet, as we go out with more and more stocks, our ability to manage them starts to go down. Of course, you could set limit orders to take profit and stop losses, which you should do, stop losses for sure. But your limit orders may take you out of trades before you realize their potential, because you're watching for momentum. So it appears to us that the optimal range is somewhere around 3 to 5 stocks. Now, with all that said, what we have for you today, we've been stretching, we've been going in and refining our methodology in order to select stocks with the highest probability of success and with the largest potential gains that we can find. Now, increasing the probability of success allows us to diminish or reduce the number of stocks that need to be traded, and increasing the amount of gain also enables that. So there are multiple forces here at work. One is risk, one is probability of gain, and one is our ability to focus and manage the trades. Now, I hope all that was pretty clear. We're going to show you the stocks that we've looked at, and what we've done since we started refining. We wondered if we could pick 3 stocks and have a good outcome, having changed the parameters of potential gain and probability of success. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting you try to trade these tomorrow, Monday, because again, the day trader rule is out there watching you, and it might be really tough to find the correct entry, because these are based on, as in the past, entry on Friday near or below the close, and exit on Monday as near to the high as you can get. So it's problematic in choosing an entry point on Monday. So with that and the day trader rule threatening us, we're not recommending that you try this on Monday. Just watch what happens with these. We're not really sure what's going to happen with them. We haven't literally tested it yet publicly, but here it is. We're going to put it out there. One other thing I want to mention. There is some person on a stock bulletin board, I believe it's stocktwits.com, using the name orangequant. Well, we have owned orangequant for the last 13 years. We don't know who this person is. We don't know where they came from. They post a lot of stock saying, come on, buy this stock, buy this stock. We have our dark suspicions about what they're doing, but it's not us. We have nothing to do with them. So, herewith are the picks that we would have sent out to you Friday as a subscriber, Friday before the close. And next to each is the closing price. We have Galt, G-A-L-T, at $3.46. Vermont, VTVT at $2.09, and VXRT at $5.77. Those are the closing prices for Friday. And we will see how this plays out based on the high tomorrow. And again, I'm Dennis Hudson at orangequant.com. Rat Killer in Chief. I gotta get that straight in my mouth. Rat Killer in Chief. And we'll not only leave the light on for you, we'll set out some cheese. Wishing you and yours good luck and good night.